Dr. Tete Opai Anthony is a physical fitness trainer. Now, it's good news that we've arrested the coach. The situation in Tamale is replica of a lot of situations across the country when we look at hooliganism in football and even attack on sportsmen and women and referees as well. What were your initial thoughts when you heard of this news again?
Thank you once again for having me. In fact, for the past 3 to 4 weeks, we have not been ourselves due to these rampant savages on referees. One thing I want everyone to know, especially the football fraternity, that football is handled by human beings. It is not handled by robots. Referees are human beings, and if in case in the course of officiating they make mistakes, they have a body that they can report to for the right decision to be taken on them. The rampant attack on referees is really derailing our game, because we have been doing our best at least to produce good referees. What happened in Tamale just recently, some of us have not taken it lightly at all. Yesterday, I called all of them that they should not allow anyone to remove the case from court. The guy should be sent to court. Yes. They don't know how it took us to train people, female referees for Tamale. A time came, there was no female referee apart from Barkisu. And I have to change people, ladies who are online to officiate, because none of them want to go into the match.
So it's a difficult terrain when it comes to getting women in these kinds of, to apply these kinds of trade, like become female referees. And you think this is going to exacerbate the fears?
It's really difficult, my lady. It's really difficult. I have to just pick some of them. I said, you go, we'll train you to be a referee.
Right.
And that is how we were able to get people to officiate now. If in the course of the game, something happened, let's say poor decision making or poor officiating, you have no right to touch the referee. You have no right. Just report the referees to the appropriate body. Okay. It was a body that appointed the lady to come and officiate. She didn't get up to go and officiate on her own. It was a body that appointed. Why not call the same body and write a petition against her?
So the first line of action, Dr. Tete Opai, is to report to the officiating body.
Exactly. She was appointed by a body. So if you are not happy with the decisions taken in that match, call the board. Write. We have a way of addressing all these issues. Write your petition and send it to the GFP. See, we have a disciplinary committee on all these issues.
Okay.
But to be acting like a savage, invading the field, to beat the referee, no. We want all those that have been beaten within this month, they should all be prosecuted. If the court allow them to go scot-free, we will invent robots to be handling their matches for them. Yes.
Dr. Tete Opai, I don't think we've gotten to that stage yet. But I mean, this is grave. At this point, what's your next line of action? Because as you're saying, there are fears that it will just be swept under the carpet. Oh, let's handle it at home. Let's just dialogue about it, instead of allowing the prosecutorial powers to deal with this situation and let it serve as a deterrent to others who may be planning to do same.
Madam, we have law courts in this country. These institutions are very, very prominent and working. He should be sent to the law court for the law to deal. This is an assault. It's an assault case. That is why the police went after him and arrested him. Look, we have police men in our boards. We have policemen and lawyers in our boards, and they know. They know. So we want all those who invaded fields, beating referees within these 4 weeks. Mampong, BA, Ashanti, and Tamale all should be prosecuted. No one should remove any case from the law court. That is why the law courts are there.
So in a space of 6 months, we've had a lot of these incidents, you would say. Have there been success in any of the cases thus far?
Yes. That of DA is in the law court.
Right.
Ashanti region will be prosecuted today or tomorrow in the law court. Eastern region, we have asked them to send it to court.
Okay.
Tamale should go to court. No one should go for any case. We don't want to disgrace anyone. Let the court work. And if human beings are robots, then they should tell us.
When I spoke to the referee after she was discharged from the hospital, and she narrated how gory it was, and that he just came and then started attacking her, hitting her head, kicking her stomach. I mean, the assault was something that you wouldn't do to anyone. What security measures do you think should be done to beef up the whole security situation at these low league games? Because I think they feel that the situation is not as tight, and that's why they can get away with things like this.
Thank you. As of now, our GIP, Dr. Dampare, has told the GFA that he wants all the matches that will be played in this division so that proper security will be sent to the places.
Right.
At the GFA, we are not working alone. We are working with lawyers, police. You see, sometimes it's so pathetic for human beings to take things into their own hands. Yes. That is why Coach Napare's the issue. How can a co-coach, if you are really a coach, then you should at least have an empathy on whatever happens. Will you beat your wife or your child like that in case there is a mistake? You see, for every match, GFA make sure that security people are on them. The only thing is there will be need for more beefing.
There will be need for more beefing.
Exactly.
Right. That leads me to my final question, Dr. Tetelpai, about the accusations that referees take bribes, and that could have been what instigated this action. I mean, needless, this is condemnable, but the issue of referees being incited to, rule in the favor, officiate in the favor of a certain club, do you hear it, and what do you do about it?
If referees take bribe, who gave them the bribe? They have taken it. You entice them. They go for it. Okay? And if in the course of officiating, their conscience are not telling them to do the wrong thing and they do the right thing, do you go and beat them?
But why will they take the bribe also? Are they not being paid enough? Are these issues
if they have taken bribe and they have officiated against you for paying your bribe, why don't you report them? You see, this is why when Anas expose came, the expose 12 this thing came, we sanctioned some of the referees.
Right.
In football, we have integrity. And we have been preaching that please have a clear intent before you go into the match. So if you go for bribe, as we speak now, if you go for bribe, you will remove you from the league.
Okay. So these are the measures.
And they know, the coaches know, the team managers know, the referees themselves know. So if there should be any issue like that, why don't you report?
Okay.
Because we have lines ruled down by FIFA, CAF, GFP, all the rules that we are working with. It's not our rules.